very sweet, Louis. And you can, when you get the time, you can either read the manuscript, the doc that I emailed you, or I'll have the printed pop poems, Anna Vitale's pop poems, shortly. And I'll have some copies of them, so if I see you around and you want a copy, I can probably give you one or sell you one or something. And I'm going to be reading. Am I close to the mic? Yes, now I am. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, I don't know, are these broadsides free, Andy, or do you want...
They're free to anyone who makes a donation. And I forgot to say, everyone should, if at all possible, make a donation. It's a suggestion.
Yeah. So,
all the money will go to the travel expenses of the poets and to the Project Lodge for hosting us. So.
That sounds
yes.
good. And I didn't travel far, so I don't. I don't need anything. So I've got something from Eileen Miles and something from me, and I just thought I'd read this because it is the first thing that I wrote with Lake Mendota in it upon moving here. So. Lake Mendota's really acting up today, flipping a shell on the path, hearing ships coming off the heels of fish, flicking dust at the curb. I point my finger and we all shout plural nouns as a group at someone passing us. Plumage fogs up the windows in a building behind the lake. Supper, Morrilton, Arkansas. Slipping a rock through a hole in the fence, pushing a cart up the street, pushing all sorts of things around the room we were in last year around Halloween. My grandpa is young, my dad is old, and my mom loves them both. Reflecting a chess piece in the mirror, he has this other family even when it's fixed. I take all the smells through my body before thought. The kitchen counter in a dress. The storage facility on Eisenhower. Anyone here know how to play? All right. And before I get to the pop poems, this poem is called Breasts Ta. My breasts in my pillowcase, my breasts in my jewelry box, my breasts in the litter box, my breasts on the bed. My breasts in my slippers, my breasts in my laundry, my breasts in the window, my breasts in the rug. My breasts in the lotion, my breasts in the mirror, my breasts in my sweater, my breasts in my belt. My breasts in my underwear, my breasts in the rubber band, my breasts in the mattress, my breasts in my scarf. My breasts in the blinds, my breasts in my coat, my breasts on the hook, my breasts in my hat. One pair of breasts fits in each drawer, and there are 2 drawers in the nightstand. 3 pairs of breasts fit in each drawer, and there are 2 drawers in the desk. 5 pairs of breasts fit in each drawer, and there are 2 drawers in the cabinet. 3 pairs of breasts fit in each drawer, and there are 2 drawers in the piece in the kitchen. 2 pairs of breasts fit in the drawer in the kitchen. 10 pairs of breasts fit in the kitchen sink. My tits turn the knob, my tits turn the lock, my tits slide the dimmer, my tits slide the light, my tits drop the table, my tits drop the radio, my tits break a dish, my tits break a cuke. My tits do the hustle, and tag my tits that do the Roger Rabbit, that tag my tits that do the Cabbage Patch, that tag my tits that do the MC Hammer, that tag my tits that do the percolator, that tag my tits that do the Tootsie Roll, that step. My rock and ride tits drink my red pop tits, which sip my cola tits, that sip my orange tits, that drink my grape tits, which sip my moon mist tits, that sip my 60-40 grapefruit lime tits, that drink my black cherry tits, that drink my black raspberry tits, that sip my blueberry tits, which drink my cherry cola tits, that sip my cream soda tits, which drink my Dr. Fago tits, that sip my fruit punch tits, that drink my ginger ale tits, that sip my peach tits, which drink my pineapple tits, that sip my pineapple orange tits, that sip my raspberry blueberry tits, that sip my root beer tits, that sip my strawberry tits, that sip my twist tits. And that's a fake Fago, which is from Detroit. Okay, you can see all those flavors on their website. My Tootsie Roll tits toss it to my Juicy Gotcha Crazy tits that toss it to my Gimme That Nut tits that toss it to my B-Girl tits that toss it to my Humpty Dance tits that toss it to my Around the Way Girl tits that toss it to my Mama Said Knock You Out tits that toss it to my Real Motherfucking G's tits that toss it to my Ding-a-ling tits that swallow a bumblebee and drop a sandwich. My computer love tits past Giovanni's room to my Set Adrift on Memory Bliss tits that drop it and pass it to my big... what happens? Okay. My computer love tits past Giovanni's room, to my set adrift on memory bliss tits that drop it and past big enigmas, to my thuggish ruggish bone tits that drop it and past silent teachers, to my for the love of money tits that drop it and past Patterson, to my around the way girl tits that drop it and past minimum Aurelia, to my real love tits that drop it and past Nova, to my mind is playing tricks on me tits that drop it and past blood and guts in high school, to my knock in the boots tits that drop it and past Gardener of Stars, to my progress tits that drop it and past the kissing game, to my blood child tits that drop it and past the thuggish ruggish bone, to my that they were at the beach tits that drop it and past you can't play with my yo-yo, to my transformation tits that drop it and past good day, to my Paris tits that drop it and past boom I got your boyfriend, to my theater and its double tits that drop it and past weak, to my pedagogy of their press tits that drop it and past bump and grind, to my Hannah Arendt tits that drop it and past That's the Way Love Goes, I didn't know this one, not so long, and past That's the Way Love Goes, to my breathalyzer tits that drop it and past Bust a Move, to my Life and Style tits that drop it and past Nasty Boys, to my Peasants tits that drop it and past Dream Lover, to my Zero Star Hotel tits that drop it. Last verse. Serve you well tits, pass a stick of jerky to my Paul's store tits and pack a Camel Wides to my Victory tits and 10 cents to my Hancock tits and a 45 cent. Let me start over. My serve you well tits, pass a stick of jerky to my Paul's store tits and a pack of Camel Wides to my Victory tits and 10 cents to my Hancock tits and a 45-cent bottle of Red Pop to my Star Bakery tits and a 50-cent French horn to my chocolate dipped in chocolate tits, and a $2 pack of Newports to my pig's feet tits, and a lottery ticket to bliss.